Rebbetzin Chana Schneerson was born on the 28th of Teves in 1880 to Mer Shlomo Yanovsky, the Rabbi of Nikolaev, Ukraine, and his wife Rochel. The young girl's scholarship was well known to the city's Hasidim. When a new discourse would arrive from Rabbi Shalom Dovber, the Rebbe in Lubavitch, she would transcribe it for the eager Hasidim. At his suggestion in 1900, she married his devoted Chassid, Rabbi Levi Yitzchak, a great-grandson of the third Rebbe and already a renowned scholar and Kabbalist. Rebbetzin Chana would give birth to 3 sons, Menachem Mendel, Dovber, and Yisrael Aryeh Leib. The eldest would eventually become the 7th Rebbe. In 1909, when she was 29 years old, her husband became Rabbi of Yekaterinoslav, Ukraine, a position he would hold until the end of his life. Fluent in several languages, she was partner to her husband as he led the Jews of their city, her home becoming the hub of the community. She counseled on matters personal, academic, and spiritual.
This was the house where ladies would congregate and talk and discuss things about poor colors, which means about somebody's pregnant and would like to have a breeze, or somebody would, with a miracle, want to have a bar mitzvah. But this was absolutely 150% forbidden.
During World War I, when hundreds of thousands of displaced Jews arrived in their city, the Rebbetzin stood at the helm of the relief efforts.
Und damals ich gewinn Bereich von der Wadim ist gewinn bemammet. Und damals gesehen hat Dwarf Pellet, als ich käme und gesehen der Linie von Aisaskus, der Meres Achi Gordel, und sei bei Jem und sei bei Lailo, hat gedikach, als viele, als Socke, gewinn nicht in Huis, nur in Cheder, wie kann jetzt über sie, und das auf sehr viel gewinn billig, als Nechker geworden, bechol Neshech Yemei Achai.
The rise of communism brought with it strict anti-religious rules. Despite becoming a constant target of the secret police, who were set on sowing fear, she stood behind her husband as he defied the threats, fiercely proclaiming the Soviet Constitution's assurance to personal religious freedom. In 1926, she traveled to Leningrad to meet with the previous Rebbe about the match between his middle daughter and her eldest son. But when the wedding finally took place 2 years later in Warsaw, Poland, the Soviet government refused Rebbetzin Chana and Rabbi Levi Yitzchak permission to attend, forcing them to mark the event in their home.
Дети так танцевали. Реб Левик с нами, и его жена, и взрослые, кто привел нас туда, вдруг все пустились в пляс, все танцевали.
One night in 1939, the secret police finally arrested Rabbi Levi Yitzchak, keeping his whereabouts secret from his wife. After dragging from one prison to another for 8 impossible months, Rebbetzin Chana was finally informed that her husband was alive, guilty of anti-Soviet propaganda. He had been sentenced to 5 years of exile in the Central Asian region of the Soviet Union in a little town called Chile in Kazakhstan. Come what may, she resolved, she would journey to that isolated town to join her husband. Her diaries record the dire conditions there. She did everything she possibly could to improve his situation, scraping together food, and manufacturing ink from herbs, which enabled her husband to record his Kabbalistic teachings. In 1944, after 5 terrible years, Rabbi Levi Yitzchak's sentence was completed. Stranded in the region by the World War which was raging around them, the couple reached the nearby city of Alma-Ata. A few months later, on the 20th of Av, 1944, her husband passed away there. Stranded and completely alone, Rebbetzin Chana desperately yearned to reach her son in New York. An underground network of Hasidim finally smuggled her out of Russia to Poland. Once the war ended, she reached a displaced persons camp in Pucking, Germany, where she spent several months.
She was in a bunk, and I was looking after her. And I was going with her for a spazier, and I was making her stove, and we gelebt zusammen.
In 1947, she finally arrived in Paris, France. Her son immediately set out to greet her there. After 19 years of painful separation, mother and son were finally reunited.
Und wie der Rebbe ist angekommen, ist gleich hereingegangen in dem Cheder, wie der Mama gesessen, und geblieben sitzen dort am Mescher Mann. Hat man gesehen, wie der Rebbe kämpft gegen Tränen und hat geweint.
After several months in the French capital, her son escorted her back to New York, where she spent the next 17 years at his side. From the day she moved to the United States until she passed away, the Rebbe would walk up Kingston Avenue to visit her, every single day without fail treating her like a regal queen.
The visit from the Rebbe was the hour of the day for her, was when she came in. By her it was, she was very, very, very proud of the Rebbe. She told once my husband, weiß nicht, was ich vermag. Sag das nicht, weil ich bin eine Mama, nur sehe das.
When the 6th Rebbe passed away in 1950, she watched as her son assumed leadership of the movement. During those happy last years, she carried the title of the Rebbe's mother with dignity and without pretension. She always took a genuine interest in the well-being of each person she encountered, much in the style that her son would become renowned for.
She would ask me and all the other women about them, their children, how they are. She was exceedingly friendly to everybody.
On the 6th of Tishrei, 1964, at 84 years old, Rebbetzin Chana passed away. Her son, with Rebbes, Hasidim, and dignitaries of all stripes, paid their last respects. After her passing, the Rebbe undertook a series of new initiatives in her memory, most notably introducing a new method to the study of Rashi, the Torah's foremost commentary. Every year, he would commemorate her yahrzeit with a Farbrengen, where he would speak of the role of the Jewish woman. Numerous institutions to benefit Jewish women and girls were built in her memory.